Hi everyone, good morning, and I welcome you to the Daily Transform series with me, Dr. Sumer, and with me, I have Dr. Deepthi. In every day in the morning 10 a.m., we connect to you and we talk about some important issues. Today we have selected a important topic, and I feel it should be addressed, and I feel we have to talk about it, and I want you to open up in the comment box also. Throughout my life, in my career, as when I joined my biology in class 11th, from that time till the time I did my MBBS, and from last 25 years as a mentor, what I've seen is there is always a group of people who glorify people who are doing well in one attempt, and they look down upon people who are repeating in an exam. And it's usually the society in journal, or social media comments, and they will tell that even if you repeat, how can you improve? People don't improve, and they would be discouraged, ignored, and you are a lot which needs to be talked to. And especially when we talk about foreign medical graduate exam, many students, when they don't pass in one or two goes, three goes, people significantly look down upon them. How do we handle that? How do we handle that, and what should be the strategy? First of all, I'm here to tell you that in my career as a doctor and in my own life, I have lost multiple times. As an entrepreneur, I have lost multiple times. So every time things go wrong for me, people will come and give me a judgment, boss, ye aap nahi kar paoge, yeah, it is not for you. And every time I feel discouraged for the short time, and Dr. Deepthi also knows it, and I feel discouraged for the short time. Then I come back and think over it. I think over it that, what do I want out of my life? And are these people who are talking about my life and giving me judgments on my attempt or what, are they significant enough or not? And then I just fucking ignore them. Then I say I come back. And I want you to, think in, switch your mindset right now. It is not like, you it's like बहुत सारे लोग कहते हैं कि तुम ही हारोगे हमेशा. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है कभी. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. So you will not be the one who is always going to lose, and you have the potential to come back. I've seen many children do this, and we'll talk about that at length. Let me ask Dr. Diti to pitch in first.
I think absolutely yes. The moment we come across one setback, a very, very common tagline is that, what if you repeat and the same thing happens? Because even with one setback, the people are there to pass judgments on you. They do not know what you've been through or what the circumstances have been through, how much efforts you have put in or not. But they are very quick to pass a judgment, right? That this has happened once, please don't repeat because it will happen again. You're not capable. Take what you're getting, okay, or forget about it completely. And these are the things which haunt us all the time, no matter in which phase we are, right? So we need to understand, and when we listen to all these things, the first thing that comes to our mind is why me. आपके साथ हुआ है कभी ऐसा कि आपने ये सोचा हो, आप जब आप ये सब सुनते हो तो सबसे पहली चीज आती है why me, why is it happening to me? And this why me is a very, very, dangerous thing because it completely destroys us. It makes us feel that something is wrong with me or us. And this is a phase which students find very difficult to get out of. So there are ways and means to, get out of this phase as well, which we will talk about today. But please understand, when we say why me, or when people are saying it's you, it not necessarily is you. Even if it is you, there are many times things that you can change. There are, we need to introspect, and believe me, every time there can be a different outcome. This is something that we all need to understand, right? जैसे सर ने कहा, outcome same नहीं रहता है. Outcome is going to change, but who can bring the change is what we need to understand. And yes, there are various ways and means to, silence the noise around you, to get back, which is what we really want to talk about today.
Now, if I have to talk about it, There are two things that I would tell you today. It is going to be an emotional struggle. It is true. It is very important to understand. And when you're not, when things are not working out for you, I want all of you to hear me out. It is very important. When the things are not working out for you, and you are on the receiving end of the side, many times you will see even the family members will question you, and that questioning would not happen in the way you imagine them to do it, because you are all winners. You are all brilliant students from school. You've always been winning. You're not used to questioning. So questioning would happen in form of advices. It would not happen in form of like that you are not good enough. Nobody would say this to you. They will say, maybe think of some other alternative other than medicine, or think of other alternatives. Maybe you need help. Maybe and so it will come up with, when things are not working out of for you, it is not just the mental game, it's also the emotional game. But I am here to tell you, very important, when you are repeating, you have a massive advantage with you, which you are ignoring. And that massive advantage is, can you tell me, when you're repeating, there is a massive advantage. That advantage is you've seen the exam your own self. Everybody else who is a fresher may not have seen the paper, but you've seen the paper yourself. And secondly, you know your weak zones, you know your strength, you've seen the paper, you've seen the preparation tools also. And you also know which ones were working out for you in the exam, which were not working out for you. So when you're repeating, your advantage is you've seen the system. The only challenge happens is if you don't learn from it. If you learn from it, you can make a massive comeback. Recently, we had a dropper. I think we did his interview also. Many such students we know of who came back from a lakh and a half, 1.5 lakh rank to top 100, top 200, top 500 ranks. I think DAM's YouTube channel and social media is full of such examples. Now, will you come back or will you not make a comeback? Would depend on, do you learn from the incident or not? I'll give you an example. I met a child who said, "Sir, boss, I was working very hard. I'm from a good college, but my rank is 1 lakh plus, and I did this." And I said, "Boss, if it is not working for you, are you ready to think afresh with me? Can you come and discuss with me with no baggages of the past and say, boss, ये मैंने पहले किया था तो उसी को दोबारा करना है, ये सब हटाना पड़ेगा. We need to work on what is working for me, what is not working for me, and attack." So what I mean to say is that when you're repeating, there are two parts to it. There is a definitely academic part to it, but there is a significant emotional part to it, and that doesn't come from outsiders. It actually comes from people close to you who would question your ability actually. So that's very important. Not question, but I told you, how it happens. And secondly, it would be that you need to learn. You need to learn from the episode. And every time people, you not only in your own sector, you must see around, many people learn from failures. And so I am forgetting the name, but there are many quotes which scientists quotes also, that 100 times I failed, and in the final go I learned how not to fail those 100 times, and I made a massive success. So every time things don't work out for you, they are also telling you something.
So I just saw one of the bachas right here, कि सब मुझे बताते हैं कि मैं, this is what you should do or this is what you should not do. Nobody asks me what I want to do. So let me make it a very, very straightforward, comment for you. Nobody will ask you what you want. It is you who has to be asking you what you want out of your life, right? Why would people ask you what you want? It's not their duty to give you what you want. It is your responsibility to grab what you want, to make efforts for what you want. तो बेटा जब तक हम ये सोचेंगे ना कि लोग हमसे पूछेंगे आपको क्या चाहिए हम लाके देते हैं, ऐसे कौन करता है यार? दिस इज नॉट द रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ. ठीक है, बहुत कम लोग होते हैं, शायद माँ बाप के अलावा या आपके स्पाउस के अलावा कोई नहीं होता जो आपको ऐसे पूछेगा कि आपको क्या चाहिए मैं लाके देता हूँ. ठीक है. So please understand, grow up, understand. It is for us to know what we want out of life, right? So instead of thinking, why me? When you drop, okay, you need to think, what next? You have to tell yourself that if I have this 1 year with me or 6 months, whatever time span, right? So if I have this 6 months or 1 year with me, what am I going to do different how I'm going to change the outcome of what happened, right? So you need to understand it's not just about giving yourself time, it's also about, as Dr. Sumer said, learning from what has happened. And if you want a different outcome, we will have to do things differently, right? We need to see what did not work out for me, what went wrong. Was it the number of hours that I spent? Was it that I was maybe occupied somewhere? Was it because my content is not enough? So there could be so many things. So, when you start, it's not just about starting, it is also about knowing that this is the time frame you have and what different can you do in this time frame so as to have a different outcome. Abhi, we have a month to go. Yes. And now also, no matter where we stand right now, we need to think this is the 1 month that I have. What can I do in this 1 month to have a different outcome as compared to what I'm having right now? So if my number of correct is 130 right now, what special effort that I need to put in this remaining 1 month so that the outcome changes? In the real exam, I have a 150 plus correct. And yes, we can make it happen. Once we start thinking that way, we start figuring out how, we will find a solution as well. Okay?
So, second thing I want you to understand is when you're repeating and when things don't go out, work out for you in the first exam or second exam, and you're repeating again, this time you need to make a time bound plan as well. It is very important that sometimes when you're repeating, sometimes we say that let me take it easy, it's okay. I don't deny that, but sometimes you join a job side by side and you're studying side by side. We may have financial reasons for it. I'm not, questioning those situations and
Absolutely.
circumstances. Every life is different. Everybody's circumstances are different. But I'm just telling you the situation that happens. Now, half of your time of your day starts to go in a job, and half of the time you are studying, and plus you already have the self doubt accumulating from the last two attempts. Last attempt did not work out. The second last attempt did not work out. You have a lot of self doubt. This self doubt starts hitting your head, and then it starts to build a narrative around your story that maybe I'm earning my money, and maybe I'm not good enough for this, and you start spiraling, and then you give one attempt and another attempt, and without even realizing you reach to the fifth attempt. My suggestion is time boundedness. This is what I want you to do now. That you need to tell that I'm giving myself 6 months. I'm giving myself 8 months. Whatever time you want to give yourself, this is the time that I'm investing into my career building. If it works out, fine. If it does not work out, at least I would know I've given my 100%, and I may think of an alternate method. There are huge number of opportunities available. We'll talk about that as well in a separate video. Don't panic so much that half-hearted multiple attempts would not work out. One single good attempt is a very important idea. So can you do that? Can you do that? And when you're repeating, give yourself a time. And when you say this to your parents as well. Say this to the naysayers as well. Now, I see many children. I've talked to many families also together. In the last so many years, the parents are always in a rush के बॉस बच्चा कहीं सेटल हो जाए एंड बच्ची है तो सेटल हो जाए ऐसा उनके दिमाग में रहता है दे आर लाइक कई बार मतलब तो द पेरेंट्स आर सेइंग सर ये रिपीट करने की बात कर रहा है इसको सब्जेक्ट की परेशानी है ये द चाइल्ड इज सेइंग नो बॉस मेरे को मेरा सब्जेक्ट नहीं मिल रहा so usually I tell the child you tell your parents that this is the reason I am repeating okay and second thing, you need to tell your parents and your friends and everybody that I am giving myself 12 months. I will not go on an infinite loop. I'm going to give myself 12 months. In this 12 months, I'll go 110% onto it, not 100, 110% onto it. I want you to have faith on me, but I want to have some space there because this is 1 year I'm putting onto my life, my choices, and and you need to tell your parents it's very important that I'll be accountable for the outcome. एज पेरेंट्स द पेरेंट्स आर ऑलवेज वरीड कि ये जब घर खराब करेगा तो बोलेगा आपने बोला था अच्छा किया था तो ऐसा तो यू नीड टू टेल एंड दैट इज अडल्टिंग फॉर यू व्हेन यू बिकम अडल्ट so the adults are like accountable. So when you say that I am taking this decision, I'll be going 110% on it. I want my branch. Like I see one bacha is saying I'm repeating because I want obs and gynae. I was getting anesthesia last year. I think That is the kind of situation, Akansha, you would be in. Parents and everybody around would say कि ये तो ले ले, ये अच्छा तो है ही, but you may want something else. But then it is your want, like Dr. B said, you want it. So you tell to the world that I am giving myself 12 months. Please leave me alone in this 12 months. I'll give my 110%. I will introspect, find what went wrong, what went right. If the resource needs to be changed, I will change it. Don't go with the societal dogma. You don't, go to the social media and say, people will say, even if you are not passing, please use the same resource 110 times. Yeah, but it doesn't work like. Please change it if it is not working out for you. If it is not working out for you, please change. Anything that is not working out for you, change. And if the friends are not working out for you, please block them temporarily. You know, create a area where you have positive mentors, positive people around you, and a time-bound approach. Give your 100%. Works out, okay. Does not work out, at least you will have no regrets.
And one very important thing I think that has to be understood, which is how badly you want to do it. Okay, because I have seen we may be repeating, and it's not just the main exam. I am even talking about a test, right, or a small follow-up test or whatever. So, you have to understand how badly do we want to do it. Because, and when I say that, I really mean it. And you have to be really truthful to yourself. अगर आपने अपने आप को अपने दिमाग में बैकअप प्लान दे दिए, ठीक है, आप समझ रहे हो मेरी बात, मतलब समवेयर डीप डाउन यू हैव टोल्ड मी, यार अगर नहीं हुआ तो मैं यही कर लूंगी, या अ बैकअप प्लान, अगर नहीं हुआ मम्मी पापा करा देंगे, अगर नहीं हुआ प्राइवेट में ले लूंगी. Yes, so you do understand this. If you have given yourself these backup plans, they are your comfort zones. They are telling you it's okay. Yes, it's okay not to do it. It's okay not to do it in the best way. And nobody else knows this. This is a secret that you have told yourself. Can you let that secret out today? And can you be very truthful on a piece of paper that have you really given yourself a backup plan? Have you told yourself कि नहीं हुआ तो ये कर लेंगे, right? And that, sweethearts, that backup plan is actually what is making your first plan not work, right? It's very essential, right? If your main plan is not working, it's because deep down you're constantly aware of the backup plan. You are never going all out in your main plan, right? So please remember this. Whenever you are repeating, even if it is a small test, you have to tell yourself, yeah, I have to do the best in this. There's no next that is coming, right? So ये वाला GT मुझे बेस्ट करना है, इसके लिए इस हफ्ते मुझे मेहनत करनी है और ये वाला GT मुझे बेस्ट करना है, राइट? मे बी उसके अगला वाला है नहीं है वो हम बाद में सोचेंगे, राइट? मगर जो अभी आ रहा है उसके लिए मुझे बेस्ट करना है, right? So I will now actually talk about when you say that you've been working. Somebody is saying that I'm reading notes. My GT score is not improving. See, I've constantly told you that if you feel you have read significant times your notes, maybe once and twice, you still feel that your score is not budging, then there are two problems. Either your content is superficial, so when the questions are in depth, you're not able to answer, or number two, maybe your content is there, maybe you've read it also, but you're not able to apply. And the best foot forward is doing a test and discussion, right? If you feel you've done your best with your content once or twice, you've read it, मैम ने कहा था LRR पढ़ना है, मैंने वो भी पढ़ लिया, बट मेरे करेक्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, then yes, doing a TND definitely helps. Listening to GT solutions definitely helps, right? And this will make a difference because sometimes you know the content, but you're not able to apply it, beta. Right? So you have to find out what is the problem. Kal ka pura din, the entire Sunday I dedicated on my Telegram channel answering one-on-one onto what I feel is your problem area and giving a solution to it. Right? It was a follow-up day. Right? So every Sunday we give a GT or a mock and we have a follow-up day. So that was yesterday. And I've reached out to as many as I could. Right? The whole day I was doing this. So please understand, you need to realize where is the problem and then find a solution and go all out. We cannot be half-hearted. We cannot be sitting with a backup plan. Yes.
So, before we go on, I want to take this moment to wish happy birthday to Avantika in the chat box, and she wants to be an obs and gynae resident just
Yay,
like you.
happy birthday, Avantika.
Okay, and I see a lot of people are, wishing her happy birthday in the chat. Okay, and a lot of people, are, grateful to Dr. DP for answering their personal queries on Telegram. I think, and I'm being a first-hand witness of it. Whole day, she was in her room and just with the phone and answering, and me and my son, we were like, "What is mommy doing?" It was a Sunday, and but that's the dedication she brings to whatever she is doing. And I know, a lot of people are telling their, situations, and I know that, it's emotionally challenging when you're putting years into building your career, but that is true for almost everything that you would do. Every success story that you know of always begin with someone who refused to quit. This attempt could be a turning point of your career, and you deserve to succeed. I wrote something on the top for you. You deserve to succeed. You have to tell yourself, ये बोलना बंद करो कि मैं इस लायक नहीं हूँ, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. You deserve to succeed. You deserve to do well. And you need to tell yourself कि बॉस किसी ना कभी तो turning point आता है, मेरा क्यों नहीं? I'm sure you've heard stories of people like Jack Ma and people like even that Amazon founder. If you see how many times he failed, and ultimately now today, I think 2 days back he got married in Venice and probably bought the entire Venice. So there are people who are not giving up and they're making a comeback. There are people like Sachin Tendulkar who got hit by a ball and then said, "मैं खेलेगा," like somebody is saying in the chat also. सो मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूँ ना, मैं चाहता हूँ आप भी ये कहें, जैसे ना somebody would say कि तू इस बार नहीं जीत पाएगा तो कि क्यों, why not me, मैं क्यों ना जीतूं. So just keep questioning it. Please keep questioning the narrative that you see on social media. Somebody will say अगर तू ड्रॉप कर रहा है सबसे बड़ी गलती कर रहा है and all those things, but he's a random faceless unknown person who had no value otherwise, just writing on the social media. और तो उसको लेके तूने अपने जिंदगी का करियर बना के 2 दिन पे पूरे घर में नेगेटिविटी फैला रखी है. पढ़ने में लगना छोड़ना यार. अगर ऐसा ही लग रहा है ब्लॉक कर दे उसको. ऐसा ही लग रहा है तो देखना बंद कर दे. You understand? So sometimes there may be people that we are not even aware of. We don't know them. They have no place in our life. They would give a statement random on any social media, say, and it happens even for FMG students also, that that somebody would say अगर तू 2 बार से नहीं पास हुआ तो इसका मतलब नहीं हो पाएगा. ऐसा थोड़ी है. Last year I met a child, who was, I met him in DFX. It was his 8th attempt, and he said, सर क्या करूं. मैंने कहा जो मैं कह रहा हूँ पूरा कर. कह रहे सर पहले भी बहुत सारे लोगों ने बहुत सारा सामान दिया. मैं कह रहा हूँ DFX करना है. And he passed this time. He passed. And so it is like, अब वो सोचता कि एक बार क्यों दूं, 8 बार हो गया अब क्यों दूं. तो यार उसका सपना पूरा तो करना है ना. जो उसने सपना देखा उसको लग रहा है कुछ बाकी है इसलिए कर रहा है. आपको क्या पता. You understand? Outsiders would not know what is going inside my head. He knows there is something that he still has to give to the world. He is giving it. And so that is my suggestion and my answer to everyone. अगर हमें लगता है बाकी है कुछ तो ठीक है. अब अगर हमें लगता है कि हम करना चाहते हैं ठीक है. Just बस keep those things in mind. It is going to be an emotional struggle. It is also, you need to learn from mistakes, and you need to make quick decisions, time bound decisions, communication. Communicate with people who matter with time bound, that this is what I'm giving myself, this is the reason, and I will not be blaming anyone for my decisions. It is going to be my accountability.
See, it is very important to understand that whatever you're doing it for yourself. Okay. So if you really want to do something and you really want it bad, you need to close all other doors, right? Keep yourself very focused, and it's going to be for a limited time. But you have to tell yourself that, this is really important for me. This is something that will change my life. This is something that will change where my family stands. This is something that will change where I stand. This is something that will change my life hence forward. right? So the moment you realize that you are doing it for yourself, that is the turning point. जब तक आप ये बोलते रहोगे ना मैं इसीलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पैसे कमा के अपने फैमिली को देने हैं, do you see how resentful you are in that statement, right? There is a realization that has to come. Everyone, you are doing it for yourself. Whatever you might keep saying, no, I am doing it because of my parents, this and that, those are your defense mechanisms. Your parents have already lived their life. Yes, they will be happy if you do well, but they have already, passed even the middle age. They have lived their life, right? You are the one who has a life ahead of you. So when you are doing something by giving up something else, you're doing it for yourself. Stop saying I didn't go to a movie so that I could become a doctor and improve my parents' life. No, that's bullshit. Okay. So please understand this. If you didn't go to a movie because you wanted to spend time studying because you could become a doctor, you are doing it for yourself. You are changing your life. Yes, people around you. जब तक आप ये सोचोगे ना कि आपके करने से लोगों को क्या मिल रहा है, ये डॉक्टर सुमेर ने मुझे सिखाया है और मैं आप सबको सिखा देती हूँ। जब हम सोचते हैं ना कि अगर हम ऐसा करेंगे तो बाकी लोगों को क्या मिलेगा, एंड देन यू रियलाइज अरे उसको ये मिल जाएगा, उसको वो मिल जाएगा, तो मैं नहीं करूंगी। कौन हार रहा है इसमें? इसमें हार रहे हैं हम खुद। Yes, so we have to stop thinking what people will get out of it. It's okay if people are associated with your life and you are creating a ripple effect in their life. That's how great, how big you are. That's the power you have, right? Stop thinking what others will get out of it. Start thinking what you get out of it. ठीक है, ये मत सोचो कि अगर आप ये करोगे तो औरों को भी फायदा होगा। होने दो। मतलब आपको भगवान ने इतनी पावर दी है कि आप कुछ करोगे तो 10 लोग और फायदा उठाएंगे। वाओ, दैट आई मीन हु हैज दैट काइंड ऑफ पावर्स, राइट? सो
एंड
स्टॉप थिंकिंग
एक ना
अबाउट।
मैं एक चीज मैं यहाँ बताना चाहता हूँ, इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. Recently we had a college get together and I met a lot of my batchmates, and many of them had joined their MBBS in second or third attempt after school, and in PG also they had given one more attempt, and at that time it was a big deal कि boss मैंने attempt किया ये किया, and now they are doing well for themselves. When I look back at the longer scale of time, वो एक आधा साल बड़ा लगता ही नहीं है क्योंकि अब वो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, एंड दे आर लाइक कि यार उस समय पे ऐसा, मतलब एंड वी हैड अ डिस्कशन आल्सो, इसे उस समय ऐसा हवा मचा हुआ था कि यार तूने 12th के बाद एक साल 2 साल दे दिया और फिर पीजी में भी एक साल दे रहा, उस लड़के ने अभी वो इतना बढ़िया लीडिंग डॉक्टर है. सो यू नो व्हाट आई एम हियर टू टेल यू इज व्हेन यू लुक एट लाइफ फ्रॉम अ बर्ड्स आई व्यू, यू गो बैकवर्ड. ये तो इतना बड़ा नहीं लगेगा जितना आज बड़ा डिसीजन लग रहा होता है कि यार मैंने रिपीट कर दिया या मैंने 6 महीने एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत कर ली. इट इज ओके, इट इज ओके. इट इज अबाउट व्हाट यू वांट आउट ऑफ लाइफ. look, push back, think about what you want out of life. फिर वो सब लोग जो उस कॉज से अलाइंड नहीं है उनको हटा देते. टेम्परेरीली हटा सकते, परमानेंट हटाना है वो भी ठीक है, आपकी मर्जी है. लेकिन जो लोग आपके कॉज से अलाइन नहीं है, यू नीड टू रिमूव देम फ्रॉम द इक्वेशन. Maybe block them from the social media, maybe meet them less. And sometimes, when I say this, some students are, वो तो मेरे परिवार का ही भाग है जो negative है. Maybe then, you move out and study in the libraries and the reading rooms more often.
Yes,
You need to
yes.
create a positive ecosystem around your head. Listen to your mentors. Don't listen to everybody. Don't listen to everybody के जो वही बाहर हर किसी की बात नहीं सुन सकते. ये जो एक आजकल बच्चों में मैं देखता हूँ मेडिकल स्टूडेंट्स कहते, they get influenced very easily by any social media influencer who is trying just to do some engagement farming. Engagement farming का मतलब होता है somebody, if I push a negative line and say excite someone, there are people excited will comment, and and they get some followers and whatever. They're doing engagement farming, and you make that to be a reason for your decision making. That is not correct. So don't get influenced so easily. My suggestion is, कोई कहता है कि हमें रिपीट करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, वो कोई सिर्फ आप ही होने चाहिए. You आप ही होने चाहिए. But don't forget what I've told you. टेक द पीपल हु मैटर इनटू कॉन्फिडेंस. टेल देम कि भाई पेरेंट्स को बताओ कि मैं क्यों रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. डोंट थिंक कि वो मेडिको नहीं है, उनको नहीं समझ आएगा, ये सब मत कर. सब पेरेंट्स को सब समझ आता है, ये सब मत कर कि वो डॉक्टर नहीं है, सब मत कर. सी ठीक ठीक बता कि मुझे ये मिल रहा है, ये लाने के लिए, ठीक है, ये लाने के लिए मैं इसीलिए पढ़ रहा हूँ, और मैं अपने आप को 1 साल दूँगा या आप अपने आप को 6 महीने दोगे, जो भी है अपने आप को बताओ, और इस समय पे आई विल गो 100%, 110% ऑन इट, एंड बियॉन्ड दैट आई विल लिसन टू योर एडवाइस आल्सो, सो दिस इज़ व्हाट आई वुड टेल माय पेरेंट्स कि यार ये साल मुझे दे दो, मैं पूरा अपना लगाना चाहता हूँ। उसके बाद अगर तब भी बात नहीं बनी, मैं आपकी भी बात सुनूँगा, आपकी एडवाइस भी सुनूँगा, अंकल की भी सुनूँगा, शर्मा जी की भी, वर्मा जी की भी, सबकी सुनूँगा। लेकिन ये मैं अपने लिए करना चाहता हूँ, सो दैट लेटर ऑन इन माय लाइफ आई शुड हैव नो रिग्रेट्स। This is how you break the cycle of everybody influencing your thought processes, decision making, and you feel that whenever we are repeating, it's not just academic, it's also emotional challenge, it's also about self doubts, it is also about how you approach life.
And next time, when you have a doubt, tell yourself that I'm doing it for myself. I need to do it in the best possible way. This is for me, it is for uplifting me, it is for my betterment, it is to give me a good mental health, to give me a purpose in life, right? To feel that I'm doing something worthwhile, right? You are all doing it for yourself, each one of us, right? We are doing it ourselves. But yes, when we do it for ourselves, there are other people who get affected with it, and that's what is called as a ripple effect. Okay? So when you are becoming a better doctor by acquiring skills or by acquiring knowledge or by acquiring experience, definitely you will be able to earn better out of it. But yes, your patients are also going to have a better experience. So that is what is the ripple effect. Yes. So please ensure that you are someone who is special. You have that capacity to sort of create those ripples multiple times in your life. Let's not let it go in vain. Let's understand the power we have. Let's harness the power we have, and let's do it to the best of our ability. Okay?
And I just before we close the session for today, I just wanted to share with you, my vision behind this daily transform series. And me and Raditi have often talked about how we look at dams is we look at it as a school, and we consider ourselves as the principal of the school, where we have the
I
duty.
actually played that joke on them yesterday. You know, Dr. Sumir, what I said? I said, okay, today was a follow-up day, and you have all given your follow-up, and you had a meeting with the vice principal from the principal. And I said, don't make me write letter to your parents, and I'm not even telling any of this to the principal. But you have to promise me that you will follow the advices for next 1 week so that it stays between us, right? Just to make them feel more accountable about it, right?
And our idea behind this daily transform was that, I feel social media has a lot of positives and negatives. But when you're preparing for the exam, the negatives are much more than positive. And I would say, suppose a student wants to just disable everything on his phone, and probably, the parents would say that remove everything, then you need to have someone who is, talking to you every day. So we decided that we'll have a daily transform series on the DAMS app, which is now called as the DAMS Alpha. And we thought, at 10 a.m. in the morning, the assembly meeting, the principals are coming and talking about sometimes about the upcoming exam, sometimes about life, sometimes about what we have learned. And this is our way of giving back to the children of our
And you
school.
know, Sumit, sometimes in the assembly, some of the students, someone has to present a news, someone has to present a poem. Yes. And similarly, these students of ours, they are presenting their things, right? Maybe their problems, maybe their concerns, maybe their scores, but yes, that's
So,
what they are doing.
because when we started dams, and till now, I hate education becoming a commodity. I hate when people are, saying that I've recorded something and this is an academy. It's not an academy. Academy needs soul, and that is what I found missing from medical colleges, and that is why I had to do something of my own so many years back. I wanted to make sure that there should be soul to what we are doing. And to do that, our we started doing on the app itself. So even if you disable YouTube, you will see this video every day in the morning, so you will not miss out on any updates. And we would be talking to you, and sometimes it would be random also, because Principal of the school has to tell you more, because life is more than just a degree or an exam. It is much more. So we'll sometimes help you to zoom out, sometimes help you to zoom in, but we'll talk to you. And it is what makes us happy, and it is what makes our lives worthwhile. And we would want कि boss कभी मतलब I would love when I'm taking your interview, and Ruturaj's birthday is also today. Happy birthday, Ruturaj. So on the assembly,
Happy
we should call the
birthday,
students.
Ruturaj. May you have a great day ahead and a wonderful year ahead.
And so it is what we feel is that maybe, when we take your interview this year after the NEET PG results and you are the comeback champion, and you come back and say, कि boss, वो assembly meetings में मजा आता था या वो transform meeting में मजा आता था, it would be like a pleasure to know this, that if we were able to touch your lives meaningfully. And we believe we believe that education is not a commodity which can be bought and sold. It is a relationship created for life. Yesterday we were walking down a shopping mall, and from one point to when we from the entry on one side, from the exit to the other side, we met at least 8 of our past students,
Yes,
many of them
yes.
now radiologists or doctors in Delhi and senior doctors, and at different age groups. But it was such a interesting thing. One of them now owns a hospital. One of them is working in a leading radiology center. It was such an interesting thing, and it is also then it gives us the sense of responsibility also, that we want to make sure that we also help you to reach to those zones. So we are
Okay, we have a very special comment as well. Our new venture is dance nursing, and I'm so happy to see Navi Bulania. He's saying he's from the NORCET batch and he's been selected as the nursing officer in AIMS Delhi. So happy for you, Navi. Heartiest congrats.
congratulations,
And
Navi.
I would just say thank you for making us a part of your journey, and we hope that this journey, is memorable one, and we want it to be memorable for each one of our students.
And also, we would request that, all our children, you might have friends and your juniors who are stuck in different traps. If you feel our series can help them, please, advise them also to be a part of this revolution that we are creating in medical education, the transformation that can happen with mindset. Ask them to join in the morning sessions. It will be a gift that you give to your friend or a junior. You want us to talk about any topic, do let us know in the comments, or do let us know in our Telegram groups and channels, anything that you want us to talk about. We wish you all the best. Have a great,
And
productive day.
don't forget today's targets. Just to give a reminder, we have an MIQ test. I'm also making live one IBQ test live, surgery IBQ in the Transform 10X series. So please, anybody who has yesterday's task pending of giving a grand test, also finish that, right? So ensure that you are finishing your daily targets. Everyone also needs to do the daily quiz. The daily quiz, Transform 10X IBQ test, and the MIQ series, most important questions. The video would also, there will be a live discussion at 7 p.m. on YouTube. Okay? Chalo.
Wish
Take
you
care,
all the best.
everyone. Have a wonderful day.
I think there is some query on the Doctor's Day. We will definitely look at it. And, being a doctor, I think, we should do always bring something on Doctor's Day. So give us some time. We will come back on the Telegram group, and wish you all the best, beta.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.